Welcome to Best English Speeches, where you learn English from real people, real topics, and real-world events. In today's video, we're going to listen to Tulsi Gabbard, a well-known American politician and military veteran, as she shares her personal experience working with the US President Donald Trump. But don't worry, this is not about politics. It's about learning natural spoken English, advanced vocabulary, and how native speakers express opinions, describe people, and share stories in everyday conversation. While you watch, pay close attention to how she uses natural spoken English, her tone, her sentence structure, and how she expresses opinions politely but clearly. After the speech, we'll go over key vocabulary and useful phrases to help you learn faster. So let's get started.
Tulsi, you came from the other side, and there are so many lies about Donald Trump, not just politically, but who he is as a person. So now that you've gotten to know him personally, what's the greatest misconception that you saw from the media that you know is just simply not true now?
I mean, you've heard these incredible stories, that they like to say, well, Donald Trump is only for Donald Trump. But that was one of the first things that I experienced when I was starting to go and to work with him just over these last few months, that when he would walk into a room where there is business to be done, his very first question was, do you have something to drink? To everyone in the room, his staff included. Have they fed you? And if not, it was immediately, all right, we got to get some food in here. This is what's good. Here's what I think you should eat, before actually getting down to doing the work. And I think that's really both what I've experienced in my own version of some of the things that you guys have talked about is really what a caring person he is. The other misconception that the media tells you is that it's very hard to work with him and for him, because he's not going to listen to anybody, and he's only going to do what he wants to do. I've experienced the exact opposite. That when sitting with a group of people, he's asking sincere questions and he's listening to those answers. And I even found that he was asking questions sometimes to test someone in the room to see if they were just telling him what he wanted to hear, what they thought he wanted to hear, or are they actually going to tell him the truth, even though that answer may be an answer that disagrees with his view or his position. And to me, that can be rare in leaders at any level who really do want to know, how do you really feel? Tell me why you think the way that you do, so that he can make the best informed decision. Obviously, he's going to make the decision that he feels is best for the country and that feels right for him. But I found him to be incredibly collaborative and encouraging people, always asking, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What if we do this? What if we do that? And I have really grown to respect him tremendously. I kind of came and endorsed him because I believe in his policies, but really getting to know him as a person, I love being around him. I really love working with him, and I really respect his approach and leadership style. I've been around a lot of leaders, both in politics as well as in the military, who have shown me what a bad leader is and how not to be. I've experienced the exact opposite with President Trump. And I think the last thing I'll say on this that is really important is the fact that he has assembled a team of people in this campaign, not only to help him get elected, but to help him govern after we get him elected, from all different backgrounds. Doesn't matter your political party, doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree on every issue. When you have Elon Musk and Bobby Kennedy and myself and Danica Patrick and so many other people coming together, he is demonstrating this unifying leadership that I know that people across the country are so hungry for, who are tired of the extremes and the partisan bickering and it's blue team versus red team. President Trump is saying this is about America. It's about all of us coming together and recognizing we're not going to agree on everything, nor should we. We can have and must have this vibrant debate and discourse of ideas on how we best solve the challenges that we face. The thing that we need to come together around are the fundamental principles of our founding documents, our God-given rights and freedoms enshrined in the Constitution, and stand firmly together as Americans on that ground, and together committed toward this mission of serving the American people and making this country, yes, great again, and as Danica said, greater than it's ever been. But to me, the most important qualification that we should look for in any leader who's asking to be a public servant, but especially in the President of the United States, is that they're looking out for the American people first. We've seen over the last 4 years under the Harris-Biden regime that they are looking out for everyone else but the American people. We've talked a lot about many different examples of how that's the case. But what I appreciate about President Trump's leadership, and this is a message that Bobby Kennedy and I have been traveling across the country and sharing with voters who may not have voted for Donald Trump before, who may have been lifelong Democrats, people who have never voted before in their lives and are looking for a reason why they should vote for President Trump. The leadership that he has displayed, not only as president in this country on every metric, proving a record of success, comparing and contrasting with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's record of failure, he has proven that he is a leader and a president who's actually bringing our country together, who has the courage to stand up against the Washington swamp elite establishment, the neocons and the warmongers and the military-industrial complex. He is willing to stand up to anyone that he needs to have our back, to put the interests of the American people first. This is the kind of change that we need in our country right now. And to me, this is the kind of change that can truly be transformational and that can reignite that spark in the hearts of so many people who feel unheard, who feel left behind, who feel hopeless, that this is our time to ensure we have a government of, by, and for the people, and that we have a president who's looking out for us.